What's up, y'all? My name is Devin, the DIY Lawn Coach. Hope you're having a great day. Well, guys, as far as I'm concerned, today is the greatest day of the year. Today is throwdown day. We are aerating and overseeding the front lawn. And, you know, I love Christmas. I love Christmas morning, but today is my Christmas morning. So I hope you're as excited as I am. Thank you so much for joining me and joining and watching the video. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's also gonna be a lot of work. I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. I'm gonna show you some tips and give you some tricks and just kind of give you my thoughts throughout this process of things that if you're gonna be doing this project, what you need to be looking for and all that good stuff. It's been a long time coming. It's been an extremely hard year this year, so I'm excited to get this overseed and get some aeration done. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, give the video a like. Let's get to work, let's get busy, let's go. All right, so step one in this process is, since we're gonna be aerating, we're gonna be driving a big piece of equipment around, poking holes in the ground. The last thing I wanna do is hit one of my irrigation sprinkler heads or one of my valve boxes. That would be a real pisser offer, in the words of Connor Ward. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on the irrigation system in each zone. I'm gonna use these orange flags here. We're gonna mark the sprinkler heads so that we don't hit them when we're driving around. Let's get that done. Try not to get wet. All right, so before we get started and before we get busy, as the kids say, let's talk for a second about what I've been doing the last month or so to get us to this point before we're ever ready to even start throwing down grass seed. First thing I did was I lowered the height of cut. So all year I've been cutting about 3 inches, 3.5 inches. And for about the last 2.5 weeks, I've been mowing at 3 inches. The reason why we want to lower the height of cut is so that we can make a little bit of room and make it a little easier for that seed to get down, to get the seed to soil contact. At the end of the day, we have to have seed to soil contact. If the seed doesn't touch the soil, the seed's not gonna grow. Nothing else really matters, right? Other than maybe water, but other than, you know, the seed touching the soil and water, there's nothing else we can control. Reducing the height of cut helps us do that. Something else that I did about 2 days ago was I ran my irrigation system to get at least a good inch of water. The reason why I did that is to help soften the ground, because we are core aerating. And so what core aerating means is we're gonna take a plug, stick it down in the ground, and it's gonna pull out a plug of the turf, and it's gonna spit it out and leave it on the grass. And so in order to do that, the ground has to be soft enough to make that happen. So running the irrigation system helps soften the ground. I did it 2 days ago just because I don't want it to be a muddy mess and have my mower slipping all over the place when we're out driving around. And the other thing that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks is correcting weeds. Want to get all of those corrections done before we put down grass seed, because once we put down grass seed, we don't want to be tearing anything up or making any more damage for ourselves. That's what I've been doing to get us here and to get us ready to put down seed today. So let's talk for a second about core aeration and why this is so important and why we do this every year. So we have a cool season lawn, and our grass types typically don't spread like the warm season friends do. Now I do have a spreading variety grass seed that we'll talk about here but later in the video, but for the most part, most cool season grasses don't spread. So the only way we're gonna thicken those up is by adding more grass seed. And so if we're gonna add grass seed, let's aerate. And what aeration does, again, we talked about poking all the different holes in the ground. It allows air, water, and nutrients to penetrate and to really get down into the root structure, which is going to help the grass and the soil overall, right? Having that air, water, and nutrients get down into the roots where the grass can uptake those things, and it will dramatically make a huge difference in the overall health of our turf. It will be stressed out in the beginning, but I promise once the weather starts turning and we're throwing some fertilizer and things at it, it's going to quickly rebound and everything's going to be great. Again, I know it's a lot of work, and it's what makes all of this so exciting. So this is a plugger that I bought at Lowe's, Home Depot, maybe a couple years ago. Again, you just hook this up to your lawnmower and pull it around. So this is the plug, and this is what's going to poke into the ground, and these are all these tines are going to spin around. But this is what's going to poke into the ground. It's going to leave the little turds on the ground. But these blades are pretty sharp. I've only used this for a couple years now, so I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to add some weights on here. I just have some towels here because I don't want to scratch up all this metal as the weights bounce around. This is what releases on the handle. So this is what will drop those tines onto the ground. And whenever I'm going to go north and south, and then I'm going to go east and west, and then I'm going to kind of just drive around randomly. The goal here is to get as many holes poked in the ground as possible. We want to loosen up the ground, make way for those grass seeds, and really poke a bunch of holes. If you remember earlier in the year, I had some issues with some dry spots. I've made a note of those. I'm going to drive around, try to hit those a little heavier. Again, you can see all the orange flags, and that is what's going to stop me from hitting those heads. So again, that's why we're doing that. So I'm going to throw some weight on here, throw some cool music for you guys to listen to, drive around, poke a bunch of holes, have a bunch of fun. Let's go. So let me show you guys what we're looking at and what we're looking for. Let's turn the camera around. So you can see all the different plugs all over the ground here. Let's come to one. Okay. And let's see what we're pulling out. So this is called a core. And all these holes it's poking all over here in the ground. We want to feel around and make sure we're getting at least a good core out of the ground. So I may have to add a little bit more weight to the back end of the mower just to get some more weight so that we're pulling a little bit better plug here. So let's do that. Let's add a little bit more weight to it. So we just finished what I would call the first pass. So what we did is just go up and down and up and down. And let me give you guys some tips. So whenever you're doing this, especially when you're pulling behind your tractor like this or your lawnmower, you want to make big sweeping turns. You don't really want to make tight turns like you would make if you were mowing your grass. And the reason why is because when these tines are in the ground and you turn and you pivot on that, you end up, instead of pulling a nice core, you end up ripping the ground out. You end up tearing it up. And while we certainly want to get holes in the ground, we don't want to really tear up the ground. All right. And the other thing is, you really got to slow your pace down because you're really pulling, mowers, especially a mower like this, isn't really built to pull this equipment. But, you've got a lot of weight on here. And again, we don't want to tear up the ground, but you can see we are getting a really nice plug. And again, I talked about why we want to water before we do this. And this is exactly why. But it's looking great. Really happy with it. It is extremely hot out here. I think it's 91 degrees. So just taking my time, enjoying the process. Now what I'm going to do is go back, and I'm going to go now back in this direction. And then I'm actually going to feel pretty good about the number of holes that we're putting because we're getting a really good plug. All right, guys. So we got the aeration is complete. I'm feeling really good about it. Got a lot of holes poked in the ground. Here, I'll turn the camera around so you guys can see it. So we got a lot of holes poked in the ground. Now, it's on to some grass seed. Because as you can see, we've got some bare spots, but we've got all these holes we got to fill. And so now that we've got a good seed bed here, we're going to throw some grass seed down. So the grass seed that I'm going to be going with is the GCI Turf Spreader Elite Turf Type Tall Fescue. This is what I use for the rest of the lawn. I absolutely love this grass. It gives me a super dark green color. And with the spreading capabilities, it tends to self-thicken, which I absolutely love. It's also really drought resistant and fungus resistant. So if you need to check out if you're looking for a grass seed, this is the one that the DIY Lawn Coach highly recommends. I'm going to leave links below where you can find all these products if you want to go check them out. So I'm going to be following the bag label rates for. It's going to be between 4 and 5 pounds per thousand of grass seed. So the question is, how do you know what spreader setting to use? Well, I know that I've got a 20,000 square foot lawn. So if I do 44 pounds per thousand, that's 80 pounds of grass seed. So I know I've got to evenly divide the 80 pounds that I have across the entire footprint of the lawn. I'm probably not going to go at the full 4 pounds. I'll probably go more like 3. And then where I have some of those thin spots, I'm going to go out and just kind of hand sprinkle and go a little bit heavier. My yard is pretty thick. I've just got a couple thin spots, so I'm going to really focus on those. But spreader setting, most grass seed manufacturers are not going to put a spreader setting on there. You really just have to look at it and see how fast the product is coming out of your hopper. If you feel like it's coming out too fast, or you feel like you're not going to be able to cover your entire area, cut back your spreader setting. But I will caution you, anytime you're putting down grass seed, it's actually better to put down less than it is to put down more. The more grass seed you put down actually will result in overcrowding, which can lead to fungus issues, and the grass will just choke itself out. So it's actually better to go on the lower side of the spectrum than it is to go heavy. Grasses are monocots, or turf type tall fescue, and for example, is a monocot, meaning when it first germinates, it's only going to send up one little shoot. And so as the plant matures, it will eventually branch out and grow out. So I'm not so worried about, it looking like it's coming in thin. When you see grass seed coming up, I would caution you just to be patient and give it a chance to thicken up. It usually takes 2 or 3 years before a grass plant actually fully matures. So be really careful about the amount of grass seed that you're throwing down. But I'm going to get after it, and we're going to put down some GCI Spread Elite. Let's go. Guys, a little tip: anytime you get around any natural areas, like right here around this bed right here, I'm going to come in, grab some grass seed by hand. I'm not going to get too close. I'm just going to come in here and just sprinkle a little bit of grass seed around. Sorry for all the huffing and puffing, I'm out of breath, it's hot. So don't want to go too close, because any grass that gets inside that bed we're going to have to kill anyway. So just be real careful around your natural areas. Let's get back to it. All right, so I just got done putting out the grass seed, and I had a little bit of grass seed left in my hopper. So what I did is I'm just going to store it in this bucket. This grass seed will last a couple years, but keep it dry, keep it away from moisture, keep it, away from bugs and all that stuff. Keep it in a bucket. It'll last a long time. But it's always a good idea to have a little bit of extra grass seed anyway, in case you have some spots that maybe we get a heavy downpour of rain or something like that. We want to be able to have a little bit of extra grass seed to throw. So try not to use all your grass seed, but if you do have some left over, stick it in a bucket. And so now the next thing we've got to do is put down our starter fertilizer. So I don't know about you guys, but when I get stressed out, I like to eat. And the grass is completely stressed out right now because of all the holes and everything that we put in the lawn. So now we need to feed it. And the starter fertilizer will help give the grass and the soil the nutrients that it needs to be able to recover. It'll also give that brand new grass, brand new seeds, all the nutrition that it needs to come up and be healthy and strong. I'm gonna put some starter fertilizer in the hopper, same thing as the grass seed. We're looking for nice even coverage. I'm putting about a ½ pound of nitrogen per 1,000, and then we'll throw that out, and then we're almost wrapped this up. I'm hot, I'm ready to be done, so stick with me. I'll throw on some more music for you guys to listen to. Let's go. Alright guys, I am absolutely whooped. This is a big project. Super excited for it, but I'm tired. I'm gonna go inside and probably get something to eat, maybe have a little adult beverage, if you know what I mean. So the last thing we gotta do is water, and I'm gonna water 4 times a day for about 3 or 4 minutes per zone. And I'm gonna do that for about 10 to 14 days until the grass comes up. And then from there, we'll kind of reduce the watering, keep an eye on the weather, check for any other spots. But thank you so much for checking out the video. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you found this video helpful. Hopefully you learned something. If you didn't learn anything, maybe you just found it entertaining. Please consider subscribing. I'm signing off. Thank you so much for checking out the video. My name is Devin. I'm the DIY lawn coach. I'm whooped. Peace. Can't wait to see you in the lawn.